Monday's truck fire on I-35 made one big mess with cleanup clogging up traffic for hours.
But what if that were to happen inside an I-35 tunnel the city is considering building now in downtown Austin in the coming years? As Ignacio Garcia found out, there will be specific plans of underground action should something bad ever happen.
Dramatic flames engulfed the rig Monday on I-35 near Riverside as witnesses described an explosion and large flames booming out of a trailer loaded with pork bellies. 8 hours later, the road opened, but what if the same incident were to happen underground?
An accident inside a tunnel would make things a little bit more difficult, but no more difficult, I would assume, than we had yesterday when we had to block off the entire southbound lanes. We just have to work on contingency features if we did have a wreck in that facility, how we'd move traffic around.
Those are the challenges the fire department would have to consider as Cut and Cap supporters move towards burying a half-mile of highway underground, creating a tunnel-like scenario with 30 acres of stores, office space, and parks above.
And if you're underground, you have to have standpipe systems that we can hook up to, some other protection features and exits for people that, if they are trapped in the tunnel, to exit out of. So we would train with that ventilation system, that fire protection system.
Safety was one of the topics in this evening's open house at Aikens High School, as Austinites met to discuss future highway designs of the busy interstate. The idea of a depressed highway design is one of two being discussed.
But they could be built to have caps on top of them, not for the entire segment, but for pieces of it to where you could have caps on the depressed sections.
Reyna says all safety infrastructure for emergency services would be built, but they would also have built-in escape routes underground.
They are depressed main lanes, but the frontage lanes will remain on the sides of the roadway, and that's so that you can continue to have access onto and off of I-35.
The Cut and Cap plan idea is still years away, but firefighters say they'll be ready for whatever happens, whether it's a cap tunnel or open road. Ignacio Garcia, KXAN News.
The Austin Fire Department says they already have underground type training within the department that deals with situations like underground parking under tall buildings. And if a tunnel were to be built, they would continue their underground training, but also make sure the entire system is retrofitted for water and utility access they can tap into underground. A reminder of a couple of more meetings about I-35 design still to come. The first is tomorrow at First United Methodist Church of Pflugerville, and there is one Thursday in Austin at the Keeling Middle School cafeteria. All of those meetings, both of those, are open to the public.